Ladies and gentlemen, we got a special one that I'm really excited about and really happy that the group reached out to me to do this because I'm super pumped. We got some Kansas Whiskey Hunter private select picks that they did. We got a Woodford Double Oak pick, a Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Select, a Yellowstone pick that's brand new, and a Penelope Toasted pick that's brand new, all to the Kentucky Whiskey Hunter page. Super excited to do this. I've had a couple picks in the past. There have been holiday soft red wheat, was absolutely phenomenal. It's definitely different. I ended up with 2 bottles, drank one, and gave one to a buddy in the group, so that worked out really, really well. But I have not tried these 3. So the Jack Daniel's, the Yellowstone, and the Penelope, I have not tried those, but this guy right here I know is delicious. But let's dive in and let's get nose, taste, finish, and what I think. Class 1, we're going to hit the Woodford Double Oaked. Butterscotch, toffee, chocolate, caramel, a lot of butter. Just so sweet. Like, it's just literally the dessert in a glass model is right here. If you want something sweet, something savory, something that just blows your mouth out of the water in sweetness, and a brown sugar bomb, that's this right here. Alright, we're going to go on with the taste. I mean, it doesn't disappoint. You get that buttery taste, you get that toffee taste, that caramely taste, a little bit of brown sugar. The nose has way more hints of brown sugar and maple than the actual taste, but you still get those notes. It's just a little bit more faint and it doesn't hit you like you would expect it to smelling it. So that's really, really, really good. So for the finish on that Woodford Double Oak, it goes on for just a little bit. I'd definitely say it's around the 10-second mark, but it's super sweet. It leaves your mouth with that corn sweetness and all that brown sugar, and the brownie note comes through big time at the very end. It just sits on your tongue. Yeah, let's do it again. Yeah, for me, I almost get a little graham cracker at the very end too. It could be all those notes coming together, but it's just super sweet. So anything you could affiliate with like a dark sweetness, that's really what's in this glass, and that finish holds on your tongue very, very well. It's, like I said, it's about a 10-second to 13-second finish, but the flavors that come out of it are exceptional. Let's get to glass number 2, which is the Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Select. So we'll go with the nose on this one. So Jack Daniel's Noser. Oh my god. Alright guys, I'm not going to lie, I'm not usually a huge Jack Daniel's fan, but this smells exceptional. This smells like hardcore banana and caramel. A little bit of breadiness to it, like a sweet bread, almost like maybe banana bread. Like caramel and toffee. Dude, this is like a super sweet grandma's baked banana bread. Like this nose almost to me beats the Woodford Double Oak, if not beats it. You know what? Suck this. Alright. So I came down to is this is like a lighter sweetness and like breadiness and like the banana bread hardcore with some caramel, where that one's the Woodford Double Oak is very much on the dark side with like brown sugar, toffee, and everything I was listing earlier. They both smell good, but I think the Jack Daniel's might actually beat the Woodford Double Oak on nose. So without further ado, drum roll please. Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Select, Kansas Whiskey Hunter pick. We're gonna hit the taste. Dude, what? No way. Dude, there's no way. Dude, that is so good. 94 proof? Dude, a Jack Daniel's at 94 proof? Tasting that good? What the? Yeah. That's delicious. That is very, very good. And a lot of people who know me know I'm not a huge Jack Daniel's fan. I usually like the single malts, or the twice barreled malt, that one's really, really good, but I don't want to pay for that. But this guy, that is freaking delicious. I'm actually blown away. That's really, really good. I would say the banana bread note comes through hardcore. A lot of caramel, more so on the taste than the nose. And then you get kind of like a confectionery sugar taste, almost like powdered sugar. I would almost say like a corn syrupy taste in a good way. That's a good thing. We're American. We like corn syrup. It's delicious. It's good. It's good. It's very this indigestion. This is freaking delicious. This is really, really good. And I'm not a Jack Daniel's fan, so if that says anything to any of you guys, that's an ass kicker. That's delicious. Alright, I gotta do another taste. Dude, what in the world? This is like a super lighter version of this with, hate to say it, but a lot more flavor and a lot more complexity. The finish on this guy goes on for quite a minute. It goes on a little bit longer than the Woodford Double Oak. It's sweet without being overpoweringly sweet. That banana hits me really hard in a good way, but it's like banana, caramel, and that breadiness, just hardcore, and a little bit of butter. You do get that kind of buttery taste. Almost like a kettle corn note also in there, which is really, really odd, but it's really, really good. That is, dude, that's crazy. That's really, really good. So if they do another pick for the Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Select, I'm in. That is freaking good, and that would probably be the only Jack Daniel's thing I've got on the good old bar. But that is delicious. If you guys got your hands on it, great job, because that is a sleeper banger that I didn't know about until tonight. So that's delicious. Finish on that goes on for about 15 seconds, and it's just money. That's good. So, all right, we're gonna hit two brand new ones. First one we're gonna hit is a Yellowstone pick. Here we go. We'll go with the nose first. Dude, that was marshmallow, like hardcore. Like a toasted marshmallow with like a root beer note, hardcore root beer note. Dude, that hit hard on the second smell. Dude, that's like a root beer cream soda smell. That's really wild. I don't have anything like that on the shelf that smells like that. That smells really, really good. Yeah, I'd say like a root beer cream soda marshmallow combination. Like that's pretty damn good. I guess a lot of vanilla comes through with that. So, alright, let's give it a good old taste, see what it tastes like. Hopefully all those flavors carry on through this, because if so, this is going to be a banger bottle. It does have a lot of that spice to it. It's not super harsh, but it's tingly on your tongue. It's good. It's just a lot more different than the nose. The nose smells like super, super sweet. Your first taste, it's not harsh. It's just that sprinkly of the proofiness in there. It could be we're hopping up in proof points too, so we're getting a little bit hotter. So that could be a huge part of it. But second sip. Now you still get that vanilla toasted marshmallow taste, almost like you pull it right off the campfire marshmallow. It's got that toastiness to it. Little bit of a bread note, not like a sweet bread. I would literally say like you bit in like white bread. It's almost that kind of taste with the marshmallow and vanilla. A little bit of an earthy taste, not harsh like a Heaven Hill product for me, because for me Heaven Hill has that kind of like dirty, dusty note, like just for a split second, and that really kind of turns me off. With this, it's super quick. It's part of the proof hitting your tongue too that you get that. But after that, it's sweet and it's mellow and it's good. It's not a turn off by any means. Yeah, it's just sweet vanilla. I'm trying to pull another note, but it's pretty much like a toasted vanilla white bread marshmallow taste. I know I'm missing that note, but the root beer and the cream soda note does come through a little bit. It's not super present, but if you look for it, it is there. It's just a little bit more faint than it was on the nose. The nose for me was just like a root beer and cream soda bomb. The taste, it's like, since it's a little higher proof than our last bottle, the Jack Daniels, you're going to jump up a little bit and have that tingling on your tongue of the higher proof. You get that earthiness real quick. I'm talking real quick, like 0.2 seconds, you get that. Then you get into that toasted marshmallow note, the breadiness note, and the vanilla note. But you do also pull some root beer off of it, which is kind of odd in a good way. It's pretty good. Um, I'm pretty shocked. I haven't had a Yellowstone pick. I've had just the normal standard Yellowstone. I think it was like the, not single malt, but like just a normal Yellowstone bourbon. And the Yellowstone bourbon to me is just really, really harsh. And I've heard it's very hit or miss for people. But that pick's really, really good. That pick's good. It tastes like a toasted marshmallow if you dropped it in root beer and made a root beer float. There we go. That's what I needed to say this entire time. If you toasted a marshmallow and dropped it into a root beer float and got that tingliness of the proof in there, that is the Yellowstone pick. That's very, very good. The finish on the Yellowstone, it goes on for quite a while just because it's sitting up there in proof too. It's able to coat your tongue better and you're able to pull a different nose because of the higher proof point. It's not like an oily consistency, but it's right in between that, like, it soaks your tongue and those flavors hold for a few seconds. Not few, but I'd say, I don't know, probably 13 to 14 seconds hold. Yeah, I would say the finish lasts, it's still going. I'd say probably 12 to 15 seconds long. It could be that I'm on my like third or fourth sip of it, but that's really good, and it carries all those notes I mentioned when I was tasting it. I'd say that when you finish, the very last note you probably get is that toastiness taste to it in a good way, like that toasted marshmallow. It's unique. The toastiness in that one kind of stands out, but later. It's not right up front. The nose comes up really sweet and good, and then the finish is really, really different. Nothing like any other bourbon I have. It's super unique. I'd recommend it, honestly, and I wasn't a huge standard Yellowstone fan. I would say that this one's definitely better. If I could buy it again, I probably would. That's pretty good. All right, we're gonna dive into the Penelope Kansas Whiskey Hunter Toasted Pick. Here we go. We're gonna go with the nose. Ooh, that's different. A little bit of earthiness. You do get the toasted. It's really sweet on the nose. A little bit of marshmallow in there too. Just that really sugary smell. Butterscotch. That was a really long drag on my nose, but like the harder and longer you sniffed it, I got a butterscotch note. Yeah, it's super sweet, but it's good. A little bit of a graham cracker note. I'd say it's not super present, but if you look for it, it's definitely there. I feel like there's a little bit of breadiness in all the toasted stuff. You just kind of have to look for it, but for me, that's something I look for, and it's not necessarily something you guys might pick up on, but it's something I picked up on. Almost like, oh, what's that? It's that smell of the stuff they put on your rolls at Lambert's Cafe. I cannot come up with the damn name of it. Molasses. Jesus Christ. It's like what Lambert's puts on your rolls. That little molasses thing, the little honeycomb deal that they drop on the rolls. Anyways, you know what I'm talking about. It smells like molasses and like a marshmallow and heaven, brown sugar a little bit. I don't know. It smells really, really good. I wouldn't have guessed it as a toast. I would have probably guessed it as like a double oak if I had gone into this. It almost has some characteristics of that Woodford Double Oak and some of that Jack Daniels. Let's get on with the taste of the new Penelope Kansas Whiskey Hunter Private Select. What does that taste like? Graham cracker. I got a huge hit of graham cracker note, like a sweet honey graham cracker at the very beginning. So the honey note's definitely there. A little bit of vanilla kick in there. But it's like, I would say it's seriously like a toasted marshmallow note. You know, when I think of toasted marshmallow, I think of the easiest way to compare it for people when I say toasted marshmallow is like a Lucky Charms marshmallow. Those like, I guess kind of like those artificial marshmallows in cereal. That's the kind of marshmallow I'm talking about. It tastes like that. That's a huge note in this one because a lot of the times you get way more vanilla on those ones. Where like you eat a marshmallow right now, and it's not super harsh on the vanilla, but you like eat an artificial marshmallow from like a cereal box, and it's like a vanilla bomb. Unless you get like a rainbow from like a Lucky Charms, but that doesn't count. All right, we're gonna go in for sip number 2. See what I get again. God dang, that's good. That molasses really does come through on that one for me. It's very sugary in a good way, but that molasses comes through. A little bit of brown sugar. I'm talking very faint. The vanilla comes forward way more in this one. That graham cracker honey note, big time. But yeah, that artificial marshmallow is a huge hit in this for me. It's really, really good. To me, it's like I'm missing milk and a spoon, so I can just spoon feed myself this bourbon because it is delicious. It is good. This one's really, really odd. I really, really like it. If you're not a huge toasted fan, I can see why you can steer away from it, but I don't know, I've been growing kind of fond of these new toasted finishes lately. I don't know, this one's pretty unique and out there. Sip number 3. That cream soda from Hawaiian Bros note. Very odd, very out of left field, but I get that big time. Very odd. I say on the finish on this one, it starts off really sweet, and then you keep climbing on the proof. It kind of goes up a little bit on the hotness level, and then it plateaus and holds on your tongue and tingles a little bit, and then it goes down, and you still finish with the sweetness you had at the beginning. I mean, it's unique. It's a kind of roller coaster of flavor. I would say the finish anywhere between like 9 to 11 seconds, 9 to 12 seconds. Like it's long lasting. I would say it's a little bit shorter than the other guys that I've reviewed, but I would not sleep on it. I really, really like it. I think it's really good. I think this beats the toasted marshmallow Penelope. And if you've seen, I did a review on the marshmallow toasted Penelope, and I actually liked it. I think this tastes more like a marshmallow Penelope than the toasted marshmallow Penelope. I think this one's got just a lot more vanilla and a lot more of that present marshmallow taste, where like you're looking at that toasted marshmallow and trying to compare it as hard as you can to like a s'mores marshmallow or an artificial marshmallow. Where this is like, it just came natural, and that's what I tasted. I thought it was really, really good. Just super odd. Like it's just not something that like you would sip and be like, oh yeah, I could compare that to something else. You really can't. Even like the toasted Penelope marshmallow or the toasted Penelope normal in their lineup, it doesn't taste the same. It's just unique in its own thing, and I'm here for it. I'm a fan. I would say that the most harsh is the Yellowstone, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just that proof kind of hits you harder than all the other ones do, especially since like these two kind of sit a little bit lower. This guy kind of gives you that like peppery tongue feel with the proofing, and that could be a turnoff for a lot of people. Also, Yellowstone kind of has this little like tang to it, and a lot of people pick up on that and aren't a huge fan. I personally actually liked that, and I wasn't the huge fan of their own bourbon, but I would say that if you're not into something like that gives you that burn and that longer finish and the kind of like peppery taste on your tongue, I would say that the Yellowstone probably isn't for you, and that you should go for the Jack. I would say that if you like it super sweet, I would defer to these two, and if you like super sweet on the light side, I would choose the Penelope and the Jack Daniels. If you like the sweetness on like the darker side with that like brown sugar, dark chocolate, cocoa, honey, and maple, I would go with that Woodford Double Oak. But yeah, all of them are really, really good. I would say that these are 4 bangers. If we put that Ben Holiday up here, I would actually probably put it last. To me, it hit me just a little bit harsher, and I wasn't able to pull a bunch of notes from it because a lot just hit you all at once, and it was kind of just like a whoa. If people want something super unique and also like the name brands, you can't really get much bigger. You got a Woodford, you got a Jack D, a Penelope, and a Yellowstone. Like those are all 4 really big ones, and then hitting a local one like Ben Holiday, everybody who likes a weeded bourbon really likes that Ben Holiday, so that was a good idea. These guys do really good on picking. Hats off to you guys. You guys picked some banger bottles. So I twisted these bottles around just so you guys can get a look at the stickers that they use on these. And you got Jason Kelsey during the Super Bowl watching his brother Travis play, holding up a Woodford Double Oak, which is actually our pick of the Kansas Whiskey Hunters. He's holding it in his hand while screaming. So I thought that was pretty funny. The other one is the Jack Daniels. I don't know if you guys can see it from there, but it is a old school Werther's candy. I tried not to look at that and keep that in mind when I was hitting the tasting notes. That way it didn't throw me off, but that sticker's pretty awesome. And it's kind of unique because they also have that gold chain to show you that it's a pick from Kansas Whiskey Hunters and it has their name on it. So that's pretty cool. You see that on the store picks a lot. And then on the Yellowstone, we got, they did a pinup girl for Yellowstone, and it's called the Angel Share. And pretty badass looking pinup girl on there. And if you know me, I'm a huge pinup girl fan. I think it's awesome to see on like the old school World War II bomber planes and stuff. So to me, that hits home. That was pretty sweet, and I think they did pretty good on that one. Last but not least, we got the Penelope Toasted. That sticker is really funny. We'd be my first, and then you got to choose if you wanted a K-State or KU sticker on there. I chose KU just because I'm closest to it. I don't have really huge affiliation with them, but I thought that was a pretty awesome label. When you have these on your bar shelf and you face the stickers out, like a lot of people are just going to start laughing at that, you know, so I think that's pretty unique, fun, and it's a good marketing strategy too, so it'll reel you in for sure. When I saw the label for the Penelope, I know I definitely was like, huh. So, yeah. Well, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you for watching the review on the Kansas Whiskey Hunter picks. I was able to get my hands on a few of them and hit them for you guys and see what I thought of them personally. Yeah, if you guys see any more picks in the future, definitely get your hands on it. At least try and get with a buddy who bought a bottle and give it a taste. They're unique, they're different, they're usually sweet on the dessert side, and there's usually just a ton of flavor affiliated with them. And it's really cool that they do name brands that everybody knows for the most part. So, yeah, keep an eye out for upcoming releases. Sounds like there's some good plans coming up ahead. Stay with the group. We appreciate the heck out of you guys. I can't thank you guys enough for helping me out with this and letting me do this for you guys. So go check out the Kansas Whiskey Hunters page. Get in on those private picks. Pick you up a bottle if you can. Thank you guys so much. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out Swift Pour. It's got new reviews every week. Try and do some shorts also. That way, if you have a minute to spare, you can watch a cool video or something funny, or me just acting stupid or being funny about a bourbon bottle. So cheers.